Good afternoon. It's May 30th already, and been blessed to be able to not do anything today, just rest up in the Lord and get my physical rest up, because I pushed pretty hard during the week. Put a average close to 50-60 hours a week on this building, but getting things done. But this morning I just want to talk a little bit about the 444 prophecy news there, about the one video that went out talking about bracing for impact, that we need to brace for the impact that's coming on all levels. So we know that the reigns of judgment, the judgment unto correction is happening. God's going to allow the church to be handed over to be shaken and tried and sifted. And I would imagine by fall that we're going to, the riots are starting now, that by fall we're going to see the entitlements cut. They're giving out free money now, but that's not going to last. And my heart really goes out to believers that are still in the system, still in the city. I'm in the system here, but not in the city. So I'm blessed that way. But I know in the spirit that there's another move coming to actually go into the bush somewhere with other people that I don't know where it's going to be. So that's what I'm preparing. This is trailer, so it can actually survive off grid. That's easy enough to put a power generator up and some 100-watt panels. You can make it as long as you got water. And but it's time for the bones to come together. It's time for the Lord to gather in the remnant and to secure them into the places of refuge. And the best I can do, we are to exercise our talents and abilities that the Lord has given us for His glory and for His body, for His kingdom. And about the best I can do is make a second prototype of these shed shelter systems. The hardest part is going to be making the floor, and the same way that I'm making the extension on my deck, I made instead of doing it conventionally, I've actually made a interlocking subfloor system that all locks together, and you just level it, then you put your floor on that comes apart, then you stand up your walls, and then you put up your roof. And it's very compact when it's all broken down. And these shed shelter systems will be the same way, and the floors are actually use a similar design. I think I'm going to try to go a full 16 feet on the inside. That means you're going to have to change the angle from being 90, vertical, to maybe 85 or even 90, 85 or 80 degrees. I'm not sure. I have to work out the math on that, and we'll see where that goes. And that's where it kind of gets critical. You have to get your measurements right. But once you have your measurements right, then you go to town. And the next video, in video 206, I'm going to actually show you how I'm set up. I got my table made, got my shelter made, and I'm all set up with the air, so I can, really start, making this second prototype when I get to that stage. I did buy some material on it, so I need to figure out the angle, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. But the big thing is, building figuring out your jigs, because your jigs make the work, much more simpler, right? Just like if you have to router out your purlins. The Lord showed me a simple jig to make, and it works. I could router out 10 pieces of wood at a time, and just simplicity is the key. But these shelter systems are going to work. I'm going to make it so that going to have to double the bottom plate and probably put some reinforcement on the bottom. But it'd be very easy to make a set of jacks every, if you got a 12-foot wall section, you put your jacks about 3 jacks per side, right? So you could actually set up on land. You don't have to even put a shovel into the land long as it's clear and fairly level. You can set your buildings up. Then you put your tie downs in so your buildings are secured for the wind, and that's it. You don't have to worry about flood. You could have water flowing underneath, and it wouldn't affect the building, and it'd be wind resistant, especially when I make it out of 2x6 and put that shallow slope on the walls. It's going to make it very steady. So it's going to be made to take wind. It's going to be made to take heavy storms, earth, even a 7-point earthquake. I don't think even an 8-point earthquake is going to tip it over, because everything is interlocked. There's no way that your walls can separate, right? And they'll flex, and it's designed where if you want to make it into long term, you can set up your metal roofing, put your metal roofing, extend your metal roofing over the top and put it on the sides. You got a really nice building, and your windows and doors would go on the end, right? But this would give you the perfect bug out cabin. You can't break it down any more simpler than what it is, and when it all breaks down, it's very compact. So I think we need these across America, but the challenge is going to be, I need to make this first one here. There's there's parts of the body they want me to come down and build these, and I'm waiting on the Lord for that. But I really need to get started on it right away, so you guys can have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of how all these go together. So in the next video about the shelters, I can give you a rough idea of what material to get. And you need to get this material, you need to set it aside, right? So the basic composition of the building is going to be 2x6. If set on 2-foot centers. So if you have a 16-foot building, that would be you divide that by 2 plus 1 to give you your end wall. So that would give you 9 truss system, and with the 2x6 I'll be able to go from 16 to 24-inch centers and still retain the integrity. So the sides would be 10 foot, extend from 8 foot to 10 foot, and that would give you allowance for the floor and for the loft area. And so it allows you to put a hard panel design on the outside. It allows you to put 5.5 bad insulation into the walls, and then you could put foam insulation with paneling over that just screws into the purlins, right? So you would have a very warm, cozy building that would actually be stronger than like a conventional house, yet portable. And so basically, for about $1,000 for the lumber, you could build the shell. And if you're going to use a tarp for the outside, you want to have a custom tarp made up. And from that point, it could be upgraded to like a full bug out cabin. But we are going to need them. I know the fear factor is going to start climbing, and especially when this next COVID breaks out. And this one's going to be from the Lord. This other one was just a man-made thing, but God's going to mutate this virus, and it's you don't want to get it because it's going to take you out. So we need to be under the blood, right? And it won't touch those that are under the blood of the Lord. So, but I'm going to do what I can to get on this. I'm still waiting for my my bank card to come in. I checked the mail today. It's not there. I did open up a PayPal account, and so when my card comes in, I'll just attach that to the PayPal, and to build like a full series cabin, probably around about 5,000 in material. But that's going to give you a nice space. If you're going to sell it, you can probably sell it for around 24 or 25,000. So you people out there that are into business, I would seriously consider of taking this challenge on to start building these shed shelter units down in America and have them ready to go. Not, you know, don't wait to fall. Don't wait until the you know the the troubles increase to where they put the America into lockdown, because America is going to come into lockdown and it's going to go into martial law. So we have this small window of time, maybe 90 days, to do what we can. So you really need to wake up out there. America's not going back to the way it is. The New World Order beast system is being rolled in. What's coming is both a system and a man. There is a man called the Antichrist that's going to come, but he's going to have a system in place to control your life. And if you bow down to him, that's the end of your future here on the earth. You're no future with the Father. I'm going to leave it here. This is Joshua Taylor coming to you from my little place in Boston Bar, British Columbia, Canada. This is video 205.